Hey everyone, how is it going? So we're going to get started momentarily. As always, I'm just going to wait for a minute or two for people to come in. And we'll get started with another live design review. Oh, where is the chat? There we go. Hey everyone. All right. It's afternoon if you're in India, I believe. How's it going, David, William? Oh, let me hide this. Taskbar settings. Hide the taskbar. There we go. How's it going? I didn't, well, I am changing up my hairstyle. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, honestly. How's it going? All right, we're at a minute and a half. All right, so let's get started here. Basically, for those of you who are unaware, this is a regular occurrence on the channel, although the last one I did was 3 weeks ago. But basically, you submit your design, something that you've designed, whether that's a UI design, an app design, this could be identity design like a logo, or it could be graphic design, whatever. As long as it's something that's design oriented, you can submit it here in the Discord server. Now the link is here in the description of YouTube. You join my Discord server. Something that we recently implemented is this thing right here. You're going to have to choose a role in order to participate on the server. So that involves clicking one of these reaction icons based on what you are, front-end developer, back-end developer, etc. You only have to do it once, so if you've already done it, don't worry. Then you come down here under the design category and you click on feedback. So we changed the name of it from review submissions to feedback, and this is where you submit your designs. All right, basically, if you want me to really design your or critique your design really badly and to be thrust up into the very beginning of the queue, you can send in a super chat right here. And you just click super chat, and then you just put in your amount and in your name as well. Put your Discord username that you submitted under. All right, that'll help me find it, or Sir Exotic rather, which is the user who helps me lately deal with the submissions. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go to my dude over here. All right, I am Groot. I am Groot is a regular. So all right, so. Hello Gary, remember my last submission, speedy carousel with embedded text on image? Well, I threw that whole garbage website and made a new one from scratch, this time with animations. All right, slide cover animation at first, and spinning gears in one section. Okay, let's check it out. Oh yeah, this seems better already. Let's refresh this, everybody, and I will see what happens at the beginning. Refresh. Oh, okay. I like the type here. All right. Welcome to a world of radical, or I thought I said improvement. Movement. It would work if it was improvement too, from what I recall before. Let's scroll down. All right. Nice. So we have a sticky nav that transitions into something that's easy to read. This part's nice. I can't remember what your previous design looked like, but this is pretty solid. This is all solid right here. Nothing that I can really say is negative about it. Everything's very solid. Yeah, so if you design this yourself and this isn't some template, then I'm impressed, Mr. Groot. Yeah. I really can't say one negative thing about this from what I see so far. Nice. All right, awesome. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do a rating on this. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, what do you guys think here in the YouTube chat? Let me know what you think in terms of a rating here. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. So a lot of people are saying 9s, 8s, and 9s. Somebody said 10. Yeah, I'm going to say, by the way, I'm on a new computer. I had to reset up all of my my shortcuts to make my little rating system work. I hope it works because I haven't tested it really. I'm going to say a 9.5. Very, very solid. Nice. So I wouldn't give this, I'm not going to give it a 10 just because there's a, while this part's nice, I think 10 would be reserved, which I've never given a 10 by the way, would be reserved for something that has all the bells and whistles. Like everything has to be absolutely perfect. I'm not too sure about this CBS portion right here. And some of the, this is solid though, this careers. This is a little strange to me, this page, but either way, very, very solid. One of the best ratings we've had. All right, submission number 2 is from Godless. Third site, it's not done yet. Got a few things on my to-do list. If you could take a look at and review, it would be great. Okay, well, let's try that out. All right. Hello, my name is Steve. I'm 14 years old guy that's learning how to code. Want to know more? All right. Well, let's check what's happening here. All right, so if you're 14, yeah, not bad. There's still certainly areas that would be you would need to improve. The first thing I would say is this sort of graphic that you have here. On one hand, this one's like real, you know, these are straight edges in a sense, and then this one that you have down here is flowing Bezier curves. I'm not sure if the two really, in generally speaking, you want to try to keep things consistent. So either stick with one or the other aesthetic, in my opinion. I don't really talk too much about ad copy, but if this is a serious site where you're sending potential clients, then you wouldn't want to include this ad copy for sure. Also, you have a ton of room here on this viewport resolution at least, and I can also see this isn't responsive. But if we're just looking at this, then you have a lot of room here that's empty that you could better utilize. Even with this stuff, you can make this much bigger to fill this part out. I would probably get rid of the little emoticon looking sort of icon here. It's also, is it just me or is that pixelated? So yeah, this needs structured out a little bit better. It's too close to this area, so the layout's a little bit just not structured well. But still, I'm being absolute, you know, honest here. Even though you're 14. Yeah, we have a lot of white space here, but not right here. So the layout needs to be a little bit more structured better in this terms. And also, when you're on a big viewport resolution like this and you have these cards, you can put those right and left, not just on top of each other. So yeah, what do you guys think this person should get for their rating of their site? 1 being the worst, 10 being the best you've ever seen. I think the first site I ever made was probably when I was 12 or 13 or 14. So some people are saying 4, 4, 5, 5, 4, 6, 4. I'm going to say a 4. You're almost average. All right, thank you for the submission. Keep at it for sure. Just seen some of my designs. When I first started out, I found a hard drive and I made a video on YouTube about it. Just do a channel search for old design or 1999 design portfolio. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Let's continue on. JVS. which is my admin here. Most text is placeholder. Only one page is made. Click the dashboard button to see the brand guidelines, although that's probably not that interesting. So click the dashboard button. All right. It's an Adobe Experience Design XD prototype. Click the dashboard. Okay. So this is kind of like a, sort of like maybe like a little, yeah, design system of sorts. Wow, there's a ton of stuff here. How do I get back? Oh, we're on 23. Okay, let's go back to 1. All right, so just looking at this, let's get this large. There we go. All right, solid nav bar up here. Cascade, customize your experience. The Cascade Discord bot, that's a bot, is the most customizable bot to date. Do yourself a favor and get it now. Invite and see more. All very good. We have 3 different text elements right here that are all separated well in terms of being bold, color. I can see this one's a little bit more, has some opacity on it, which works well to separate things out visually. Yeah. Good call to action. Secondary call to action, styled differently, works well. Very simple over here, but the colors complement each other very nicely. About us, this works well. Yeah, I like the cards. Really good use of, reusing the color scheme. It's very, what would I say? Consistent. These are all very good. You guys are making it a little bit easy on me so far. We've had 2 really, of 3 really good entries so far. Yeah, these are all solid. Awesome. Yeah, there's nothing I can really say on this one that absolutely needs improved compared to some of the other ones. Compared to, yeah, this is awesome. All right, rating on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. 9.5, 9.8, 9.9, 10, 9, 8, 8, 9. All right, we're going to give this one a 9. And of course, it's not going to get a 10 because it's just a mock-up. It has to have everything. Very good, though, otherwise. Yeah, I can't really say too much bad about this. Awesome. Let's go on to the next one. I want to check out what's happening here. To make sure, yeah, it looks like we don't even have very many here. Ooh, we may have like a drought. Yeah, if you guys want to have me review your designs, make sure you submit them. Otherwise, we may I may just do something else. I'll have to think about that. Shoot, where am I going here? There we go. Next one is John V87. Wait, check this work. It's still progress. I want you to take a look at it. Codeacademy.pro. Interesting. Isn't there another Code Academy already? Oh, that's okay. Think creative, code with speed of thought. AGM, you have to submit in the Discord server. All right, so it's not finished, but looking at it in and of itself, I'm not too much of a fan of having part of the logo like this where it's transparent. We can see background elements interfering with it. You generally don't want that sort of thing. That's just a minor gripe. Personally, at this viewport, I would move everything up here. So where it says Think Creative, yeah, take that that margin or that whatever it is. What is it? Yeah, the margin top. Get that out of there. Even more so, it should be starting like right around here. This right here, the Code Academy projects. I assume that these would be different icons. You obviously don't want to use the same. Unfortunately, there's just not enough here. It's not completed enough for me to really give a good review. So, yeah, sorry about that. Recently remade an old website design. What do you think? All right. Okay, this is huge, whatever's loading here. I'm going to let it load off screen just in case I'm about to get trolled. Still loading. Okay, it looks good. All right, let's see here. There's a logo. Get off of here. I don't want to. Oh, I can't check anything out unless. Are they really going to force me to log in? Can I hit play? Oh, Christ, are you kidding me? This must be a massive file. Okay, there we go. Well, why is it taking forever to load? Well, not too much unique happening here. There's just a C. But overall, it's solid just for a logo in and of itself. Now, if I hit play, it's only going to be taking me to here, and I want to see what some of these other ones are. I'm not sure if I'm just going to have to log in. God. All right, I hate Figma, I guess, for making me do this. Now it's going to take 10 years to load again. All right, I'm about to revert to a different. All right, here we go. Let's just check one of these out. How do I preview this? Dude, how do I preview this? Can I hit play on that one? Oh my God. Okay, we're done. Oh wait, it loaded. Okay, let's see. This is the only one. I know there's a bunch of screens, but I can't dedicate too much time. Yeah, I just built a 9900K machine, and unfortunately, I couldn't wait for the new AMDs because my other one was screwed, and I have to record videos and all that. Looking at this, pretty solid bar up here, nav bar. Got a search, good. Don't have a problem there. Good, large headline here. This works. This works as well, although I'm a fan of maybe using actual bullet points or something other than just a dash. That call to action works as well. These are simple enough. The cards, they work. Nothing horrendous happening here in terms of design. Yeah. All pretty solid. It's just, yeah, I'm not going to bother with a rating with this one just because there's a bunch of screens. I'm not sure what I should be looking at first or not. Let's move on to the next one. Thanks for submitting, though. Hello, one design for you. It's an application with tools like a random generator, but I don't want to reveal the content of the generator, so okay, whatever. Let's just try it. It's an Adobe XD prototype. Random lorem generator. Okay. I would like to see this part, this right here, to be larger, preferably, the type and stuff. I know it's a mock-up though, but this looks pretty solid. This area, yeah, like I said, this should be larger. Setup redone. Prepared. Yep, these work. Now this is a little strange because I would think that this text should be maybe centered right here vertically, based on the height of this graphic, and then push these up a little bit more. So the it's laid out a little bit strange in my opinion. This works. That works pretty well, except for that part, which I'm sure that was a mistake. This gray text here doesn't really contrast well with the purple here, or the pink rather. So make that white for sure. Yeah, I like this part too. All right, pretty solid overall. What do you guys think on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best? By the way, Sir Exotic, where are you getting these submissions from? Are these from like before today? Yeah, because I only want to do ones where people are currently watching. So if we run out, then we'd run out. No big deal. All right. We were just doing a rating, weren't we? I'm going to say for that one, yeah, we're going to say a 7. Pretty solid. Going that down the list from when? Because I think 8 a.m. today, Eastern time, just a few hours ago, is when I wanted to start. Yeah, because I only wanted to start from here. Let me show you. Feedback. I only wanted to start from this one. Or, no. From like, yeah, this one. I Am Groot was like the first one. Because all these people are probably watching right now. Okay. So let's continue on for the next one. This is my website that I made a while ago and would like to hear feedback on it. Also, please keep in mind some of the JavaScript features don't work anymore. These are all in order from today. I'm just going to... Oh, never mind. All right. Okay. What's that guy holding over there? All right, let's refresh. Wait, there was animation initially, I think, but it didn't come in again. All right. Let's come down. I'm just going to take a look at what's happening here before I leave comments. Okay. So first of all, I would not make this bold. This is already bold. So to separate them more visually, I would just make it like a regular. I'm not sure if I can do that, if you have this, if this is included or not already. Yeah, probably not, but I would definitely, and probably change this into a paragraph element too. I see you have it as an H2 element. Yeah, also I could see there's like a little bit of a drop shadow on here, and that honestly it just kind of takes away from it, so I would remove that. Pretty good at hiring me button, you can see the call to action works pretty well. And also, and just in terms of general content and filling up this area, it's a little bit sparse, if you will. And there's not a lot happening here. So you could probably think of a way to remedy that. You can even increase this size quite a bit. Again, make this a light font. Maybe mention a few other things just to fill it out just a tad bit more. Right here. All right, so there's good white space here. That's working pretty well. Again, I'm not too sure if I'm a fan about having everything bold like that. This right here is, I know it's a cool little effect, but I'm not sure about cutting off the icons like that. So maybe even move them down if you want to, so you can actually see them over here. This, not too sure what's happening here. I know it's kind of like a portfolio project or something. But again, I'm not sure. Do I click on these to get to more? No, it just takes me to another site. And shoot, I just X'd out of that. Let me go to my history. There we go. Here it is. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think about this design on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. Also, with it being gray, all this, it's obviously not white. And this is fine, like this gray to use as long as you have white like panels or elements or part of the user interface is white to sit on top, but that's not the case here, so it just kind of looks bland. I'm going to say for this a 4. Yeah. Maybe a 4.5. All right. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, wait, were there any comments? Could you please, okay, just could you please review this? That's all. All right, so GitHub, Facebook, email, and that is it. The world's most simple sort of portfolio. Okay, so first of all, body. Let's try font family. Montserrat. So using a sans serif font, which is the one where it's opposite of what you just had, which looked like a Times New Roman sort of font, makes everything look a lot much more modern and better, unless you're trying to go for, you know, the old school look with a serif font. So definitely change that up. Unfortunately, there's just not enough here, though. Otherwise, other than that, for me to say, okay, you know, you could do other small things like this text right here. We can make the color. Oh, no. Let me remove that real quick. We'll do it right here. Color white. So this stands out a little bit more and separates itself from this text down here. You could probably even make these bold. So let's go to font weight bold. There you go. So now it's already improved from where it was. This has to change as well because it just looks so generic and, I don't know, cartoony, like not in a good way. So if I refresh, just take a look at the type and how I changed it in the colors and in the font. And that's what you had before. So what I did was a lot better, I think. And I think we could say that objectively. So I'm not gonna bother with a rating just because there's not enough design here to really even, you know, screw around it. Hi, Gary, and everyone else. Feel free to give feedback on my new blog and portfolio, still in beta mode. All right, it's a new blog and a portfolio. Oh, this is kind of a refreshing color that we have here. All right. Let's refresh this. All right, so we have this bar right here. Front-end developer, learning and coding. I'm not sure if I would lowercase this and then this be uppercase. That's kind of throwing me off. I'd make this a capital L too. Or make this a lowercase c. Probably make this a lowercase c. Let's come down here. Very nice, very subtle hover-based animation there. I like this. And then here's just some portfolio projects, it looks like. This right here is a little bit off-putting, I think. There's not enough. It looks like the hamburger icon's too large for this container, so I would shrink it down just a tad bit so there's more space on the left and right. Other than that, these are all pretty solid. Yeah, pretty solid. Let's click on this. You're almost at the edge of being a little bit too bright, but I think they still work. All right, what do you guys think this person should get for a rating on their site? 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. Yeah, I think there could be some small adjustments or improvements to the type right here. Possibly bolding them up, moving them up just slightly to right around here. It looks like they have letter spacing on it. I'm not a fan of that. That is pushing the letters out a little bit further. This is pretty solid over here. 898-7768-9979. I mean, this is solid though, don't get me wrong. This right here, latest project, shouldn't be way down here. I would make that maybe like a sticky element that follows the scroll where it's always right here. But anyway, we'll say that this is a, yeah, I'm going to say like 8, 7.9 or so. Very solid. Nice. Okay. Let's continue on. Assuming there even is one. I need to check. All these people are messaging me, but I'm not going to check those out live. All right. I think we might be to the end. I'm not sure. They said they did this website 3 years ago. Please check this and let me know. A 3-year-old website, and it's not secure, so I have to go to advanced and proceed to it anyways. No, it doesn't work. Yeah, that doesn't work. because this is what it's showing me, by the way. Let's try this one. All right, let's refresh this. Let's translate it because I have no clue what this thing is saying. All right, first of all, okay, we got some issues though. The way this is working out with the type or the text replacement, at least we have this main area. You can barely see this type right here. I got to move this thing over a little bit. The logo, very strange to me that you're having the icon kind of go outside of this container right here, because then you can't see the bottom portion because it's like the same color in the back almost. You know, it might be better just for me to see what this looks like by default. So this actually works, although I have to say the way this background is with the subtle Bezier curves, although they're not very subtle, it seems kind of, it just seems random to me. Like for instance, this right here, this text is real close to that edge right there, and it really just throws off the layout. It doesn't really look like it works well. So we have alignment issues, especially this right here. This right here is like over on top, so that's no good. The drop shadows here, oh man, then you can't read it when you scroll up because it's a fixed background position. Oh no, oh no. Got some major issues. And this up here, this sticky nav and this weird sort of interesting shape is throwing it off big time as well. So yeah, I would, you know, this is a 3-year-old site. Great. I mean, the colors are interesting and good, but really there's a lot happening here that's just not correct. So we'll do a rating if people want to on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. Mention it in the comments over here. .5. All right. Try to make it full screen. Yeah, we still have the same issues. That's all cut off over there. All right, I'm gonna say 2. You'll get there someday. Oh man. Okay. Thank you for submitting. Just keep at it though. A work in progress landing page for a podcast, fully responsive. I view Anime.js. Okay. Let's refresh this. We'll translate it. All right. Window from the world of medicine. Not, well, again, because I'm replacing the text, it's just showing me like this, you know, default serif, so I'm not going to really talk about that one too much. I like this initial loading animation right here. This SVG line animation works well. It seems like the way you have your text stacked up on top of each other like this, it's really cluttering the situation. You need your elements more room to breathe, and it seems like this by default is like a mobile. What's happening here? Oh, okay, just a mobile stacked layout, which would work on mobile, but on desktop we're missing out on a lot of available or opportunity to really structure something differently. So that's my main gripe, is that these elements are too close and stacked on top of each other, and there's no semblance of a good layout that's occurring, in my opinion. So yeah, cool animations though. I like that, really like that initial animation too, where it's loading like this. I do like that. All right, so if you guys want to rate this, scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, let me know. Helge, I think I'm not sure if you sent a super chat before, but anyhow, yeah, thanks very much for the super chat. They're going to go number 1. All right, so for this, we're going to say, and again, there's not a lot happening here either for me to judge too much. So I'm just going to say a 6. Yeah. All right. let's get to the super chat. I'm going to click on it. All right, so they made this last year. Let's translate things. All right. So the first thing that's kind of throwing me off is the space right here, and then like bottom aligning it to this right here. I don't know. It just seems, I don't know. Not sure what I think about that. I'm not too sure about having this little gradient, transparent gradient right here. I think that unnecessarily clutters up this area just a tad bit. You could probably leave this one up here, but I would probably remove this part of the cube that you're seeing right here. It takes your eye a little bit away, the attention, the focus of the eye from this area, which is something you want people to fill out. Let's continue on down here. I do like the very light gray with the white cards on top. I'm not too sure about having all the type be this color. Maybe for the labels, and then having this to be more like a gray or a black right here. I like this. I like these cards. These are done well. These are done pretty well as well. All right, this all seems real monotone in a sense. Maybe make this one stand out a bit more, or leave it there and make these stand out a little bit more than they are now in terms of contrast. Yeah, and this section down here works pretty well too. Yeah, overall quite solid. Yeah, pretty solid. Let me know what you guys think this person should get a rating for. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. All right, so we got a 9, a 6.5, 8. Oh, man. I'm going to say for this one, yeah, this one is, I'm going to say like a 7.9-ish. Yeah, it's pretty solid. Yeah. Very good. Thank you for that super chat, by the way. Let's go on to the next one. Let's see here. Yeah, we just did that one. Okay, so let's move this over. Okay. As you start to walk out on the way appears. Okay. This logo definitely, in my opinion, I'm not sure if it's yours or somebody else designed it or whatever. I would probably say this needs a rework. It's real hard to read. Yeah, definitely would change that up. Coming down here, not too sure about the type. You can see you can usually read the read blog, so that's not bad. Honestly, I'm a real big fan of having good white space, so I'd probably move this down further, maybe by twice the amount it currently is on this resolution, or this viewport at least, because it seems a little bit squished in between these two containers right here just a bit. These work. Again, I'm not too sure about the type though. Coming down here, this is all squished up way too much. You want to space things out a little bit further. So more white space underneath this paragraph and pushing this down. All right. The hover being red, that doesn't contrast well with the greenish blue background. So I would get rid of that for sure. All right, so what do you guys think this person should get rated on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best? got a 7. Six, 7, 6.5. Helge is really helping out my margarita fund. It's awesome. We'll get to his next. All right, so for this, I'm going to say, yeah, this is a solid 6 in my opinion. Thank you for the submission. All right, on to the next one. We're already at 40 minutes. All right, here's the next one from the same dude who gave me the previous super chat. Thank you. This is a recent one from their agency. Let's go with that. Let's refresh. Make sure there's nothing happening here. Let's translate. Digital marketing. I like the logo. I'm just trying to get an idea of what's happening. All right, so good photograph up here. This is good. You can still see and read everything, so that works out quite well. You know what I would probably do, just so there isn't this big blank spot right in this section, is somehow maybe experiment with moving this image perhaps over here somewhere. And that way it doesn't seem like there's a lack of... It just seems like it breaks the layout a little bit when you get to this part in the scroll. And then you guys can move this digital heads up just a bit and have this over here in some interesting way. Still though, outside of that, this is all solid. Yeah, for sure. I like the cards. The drop shadows are subtle enough to where they're not overbearing, so they work. This card-based section of these columns work very well. Pretty good use of type to separate. You know, there's a lot of information. You have the author, you have the date, you have the title, description, and a read more button. But it all works out pretty well. You might want to separate things out vertically in terms of white space just a little bit more than what they are, a tad bit more. This works. Yeah, this is all quite solid though. Just checking out other areas. Yeah, all pretty solid here. All right, what do you think this person or this agency should get rated for this design? 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. Someone says 8.5, 7. I think it's definitely better than a 7 in my opinion. Yeah, I'm going to say, who keeps on saying 007? Jesus Christ. All right. Put user in timeout. There we go. Yeah, stop spamming. Jesus Christ. All right. So, I'm going to say an 8. Maybe slightly over an 8. Very good. Awesome. Thank you for the super chats, man. Awesome stuff. Carter04, I did this a year ago, and I've been studying harder since. If you want to check it out, here it is. I'm 14, by the way. Oh, and also sent a super chat. Very thoughtful. Thank you very much for that. 14-year-old design coming up, bros. Here we go. All right. Let's check this. There was some animation, so I'm going to refresh. We have over insert age of business of experience with fixing your computers. All right. So it's great that you're experimenting with animation. When this initially comes in, I would say don't have the sequence animation on first the logo, then the navigation. I would treat those as things that would animate in at the same time. Then you can have this one be the second step of the animation. One thing that this definitely lacks is illustration in a sense, because all we have is it's purely type-based, and there's also, which is fine, sometimes you can get away with having things that are real simplistic in terms of your layout, but there's not much of a layout in and of itself. There's no panels of any sorts. All we have is just type-based elements here, and it just seems very bland and boring in that sense. You're getting a lot of the fundamentals correct in terms of white space, in terms of contrast, readability, and all of that, but it is very bland and boring if this is just what it's going to be. So I would take a look at landing page inspiration websites or landing page galleries. There's several out there, and they really feature ideas that you can pull from in terms of how to structure a layout for something like this, where you can introduce illustrations and more of an interesting layout in a sense. All right, so thanks for the super chat. People can rate this if they wish at a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. Let me know what you guys think. I'm an old man. July 12th, I'm going to be 36. Can't believe it. 44453354344. Okay, I'm gonna say like a 4.5. Yeah. All right, we're almost about ready to wrap up. Let's continue on though. Hey Gary and everyone, here's a website I've made. I would love to get your feedback. It's a search engine that uses its revenue to solarize villages in India. A search engine that uses its revenue to solarize villages in India. Interesting. Okay, let's check it out. Refresh. All right, so first thing, your currently active page is yellow on a light gray, which makes it hard to see. So I would change that up first and foremost. The nav bar works. Solarize rural India. Their research, okay. Not too bad of a panel there. Nice search area, I would say right here. So what can I search for? Angular 5 tutorial. Look who's number 2. Coursetra.com. What about Angular 6 tutorial? Coursetra.com, I'm number 3. What about 7? Sorry, I just wanted, this is the last one I'm doing. Oh, I'm number 2. Oh, look, I'm down there too. Awesome. Yeah, for a search, you know, again, it's very simple. There's not much happening here. Not too much for me to critique. I believe that the results you're pulling in is obviously coming from Google, so I'm not going to really critique that part. But what you have here is pretty good. I like this tagline, search for a brighter tomorrow. Very good. Yeah, just that small thing, I would remedy that as well. Just the color here. So we'll just do a quick rating, 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. What do you guys think for this search engine landing page? Yeah, I'm going to be 36 here in July 12th, and my back got all jacked up from a chiropractor like 3 months ago, and I've been feeling much older because of it. Damn it. So for what this is, I'm going to give this a quick rating, just of 7, because I just don't have a lot here otherwise. But for what it is, it's pretty solid. Just that color issue. Thank you for that very much. Website still in progress. It's about apartment renting. It's in French. I see that it needs a lot of improvement for smaller screen sizes. Might want to point that out. Apartment renting. Okay. First of all, yeah, I would probably change the logo up, definitely, at least the colors, make it all white, simply because this dark gray on black hides an important part of the element, and you don't want that for branding. Looking at this area, it seems like text is just a little bit too large in this particular container. I would shrink it all down just a bit so that it fits a little bit better in here and it's not kind of real close to the edges like this. Let's come down here. All right, so this is a usage of drop shadows where I think they're coming in a little bit too strong. So I would ease up on or add more opacity on those so that they don't come in that strong like that. Other than that, pretty good cards that you have here, separated out pretty well. People can see the important elements from the type, very good. Let's click on one. Okay, so it looks like these, oh, it is working, okay. Good type right here, I like this. This works well for the call to action, trying to get people to email. This works. This obviously is an issue if they're coming outside of this here, this container. But yeah, other than that, pretty solid. What else was down here? Yeah. All right, what do you guys think this person can get for their, oh, it's an Angular app, by the way, for their rating? Yeah, this is probably the biggest issue over here. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. All right, some people are saying 8, 6, 5. We're kind of all over the place. It is fairly solid, so I'm going to say a 7. I think if this area was improved, you can bump that up to an 8 for sure. Yeah, for sure. All right, thank you for that. We got 2 super chats. Another one from Helge. Awesome. I think we've made enough to cover my margaritas tonight, so I'm excited about that. All right, RoboCafe. By the way, people, yeah, well, I have room, time for maybe 1 or 2 more reviews. So let's refresh this. I wasn't sure if there was any animation that came through. I like this little design right here. All right. All right. I mean, this is one of those things where it's hard for me. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about some of the layout. Like for me right here, it just makes more sense to push this down, like this title down. Have it start at least maybe right around here at the top. I'm also just, I'm not sure. I know it's a different type of layout, but I'm not too sure about having this space here, this empty space. It's also uneven because we have this amount of space and then half that amount of space over here. So it's just, I don't know, it's a little bit throwing me off a bit, but I do like these designs right here, the way you have them. Especially this area right here too. It's kind of the same thing that we're running into. It would almost be cool if these were encased in very subtle, slightly lighter than the background, like cards or something that could span across the entire width in like 3 columns by 2 rows. That way it just doesn't seem like, okay, we have this type here and then everything else. It seems like at this point the layout's a little bit lost, if you know what I mean, and a little bit just kind of scattered over, especially with the fact that you're showing logos too. Yeah, so it's just interesting. I like the overall vibe, but it definitely has its own character, especially with this up here in the colors. But yeah, thanks for that submission, and of course all of the super chats that you sent. Very, very cool. I like this little scroll indicator too. I never really saw one approached in that manner, but it makes sense. Awesome stuff. All right, we'll do a rating on that. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. Let me know what you think. Yeah, this is quite dark in this section, I would say, too. Yeah, it's just a little bit hard to read, but not too bad. All right, so I'm going to say for this, around the 7 area, perhaps a little bit more. Thank you for the submission and all the super chats again. All right, and also, I'm not even going to try to, I'm going to call you Mr. Bot. Thank you very much for the super chat. Awesome, awesome stuff. Let's see. I think we have time probably for one more. Could you review our company website? All right, people, this is going to be the last one. Do not send any more super chats. And if I didn't get to you today, then definitely check back the next time I do this, which is usually almost always on Fridays. All right. Let's refresh this real quick and check this out. Translate it. Tune into your goals. This looks like Montserrat. All right, so the first thing I'm noticing here is this is too large, and it's hard to read tune into your goals because this is going into here. This graphic's going all the way up into this section where you have phone, which is almost the same color except a little bit darker than this background right here, so it's hard to see this, especially being so close to the person's head. So the things are just too cluttered. Oh shoot, sorry. I forgot to reset this. All right, let's redo that. Let's refresh this. Sorry about that, guys. I know. I screwed up. All right, here we go. So let me rephrase this or restate it. This graphic is too far. Or too large. So it's like this phone section right here is coming too close into contact with the head. And it's also the phone text itself, the color is too close to this color, so it's kind of hard to see. I would like to scale this down probably about like, I don't know, at least 30% more than what it is. Scale it down. I see you have interesting animations. I didn't really notice that here before. I like the call to action button. Not too sure about having that much of a drop shadow, or to that degree rather. The True Dawn Soft, too close. Sorry, somebody's calling me. Is I would scale this down, push it away from the edges a little bit more white space on the top left, or yeah, the top and the left. Working down here. I would make the whole things clickable. I like this type big time. I really like the way that's you have that here. Probably make these slightly larger. You could probably make them bigger, fill out just a bit more space over here. So we're having the opposite problem that we have over here because this is way too large. All right, pretty good type right here, like that. All right, this is cool. This is good. Yeah. So yeah, this is an interesting design. There's a mixture of things that are happening really well, but also this, which is really throwing me off. So yeah, pretty solid otherwise. What do you guys think? Scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. Let me know what you think in the comments. And then we're going to conclude. Yeah, I'm going to give this a 7. Yeah. I mean, if we're more for this, we can improve it probably much more outside of that. But yeah, that is it, everybody. Thank you for the submissions very much. Nope, I'm not doing any more because we're already at 1 hour exactly. So we've ended it where I wanted to, anyhow. So if I didn't get to you guys, make sure just to show back up next time. It's not going to be next week. It's not going to be next Friday. It could be the Friday after that, but we'll see. Thanks for all the super chats. I appreciate it a lot. Make sure to hang out in the Discord server. We have all these different channels. I'm always usually in general. And yeah, just idle and hang out. All right. Thank you very much to Sir Exotic for once again making this much easier on myself, for handling submissions. And I will see everybody next time. All right. Goodbye.